it's really not about illegal aliens with deportation orders or criminals. People are just being rounded up.
You support illegal immigration, then you support criminal cartels in Mexico. And when they smuggle people, they smuggle guns, they smuggle dope.
There are all different ways that illegal immigration, even if you're not out there, selling drugs on the street as an illegal.
I want to hop into a hilarious Fox News segment with Elmer Fudd sounding off on why Trump's immigration policies are actually good and humane. So if you can, leave us a like on the video. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. That helps us out a ton. And let's just hop right into this.
House Oversight Dems are defending this ICE tracker that we mentioned earlier, writing that it's not a live tracking system, doesn't monitor officer movements or reveal private info or put any individual at risk. It just compiles possible misconduct and abuses. So is that okay?
No, so the bottom line is, if you support illegal immigration, then you support the criminal cartels of Mexico. Because no one crosses the border illegally without paying a plaza fee to the criminal cartels. And I'm going to remind everybody, and I'm going to keep reminding these Democrats, where were you the last 4 years? Well, we had over 10 million people come to our border.
I mean, the Democrats were ready and willing to combat it. Where were you guys? The Democrats put forth a bill Joe Biden's first week in office, and Republicans killed it in committee because they were angry about Remain in Mexico being overturned. Biden then did what he could. He sent Harris to Latin American countries to find the root causes of immigration, of which migration from those countries dropped, where they then again tried in 2023 to pass a bipartisan bill on the border drafted by MAGA Republican James Lankford, to which Democrats made every concession to Republicans and conservatives made no concessions back to liberals, and Trump said, kill the bill so I can run on it, so Republicans did not vote for it. It is entirely on their hands. This entire catastrophe, whatever they want to call it, even though, I mean, it's like they're the ones who are making it that also, but like whatever they want to paint it as, they're the ones who have refused to legislate on it. Now they don't want to take any accountability for that, right? The app here also tracks nothing. It's another way that they just do not want to take accountability. It doesn't give out locations. It just lists ICE abuses. And Homan's like, well, this means you support terrorism.
You are complicit in the biggest national security failure, the biggest humanitarian failure in the history of this nation. So you can scream and yell and do all these apps you want, but we're not going to let you forget. You are complicit. You support illegal immigration, then you support criminal cartels in Mexico. And when they smuggle people, they smuggle guns, they smuggle dope. So that's who you're supporting. Illegal immigration is not a victimless crime, and if they don't know that, they're just simply ignorant.
Yeah, the New York Times did that big piece. They were trying to be sympathetic with the illegal who, basically took someone's identity, but it turns out that the American whose identity was stolen by the illegal, his life has been turned upside down. So there are all different ways that illegal immigration, even if you're not out there, selling drugs on the street as an illegal.
Guys, you have to pay attention here. Look at how they're trying to shift the Overton window now. During the campaign, it was worst first, all about violent criminals who were flooding out of insane asylums and this and that. Now they're literally saying, well, all migrants are a threat, just indirectly. Like, they just want to go after brown people. This is why they're going in hospitals, schools, churches, and more. Like, let's at least be honest about it. And I think the worst national security failure was 9/11, my guy. What president was in charge then? Like, he effectively had a trifecta, mind you. Like, Republicans controlled the House and they had the Senate tiebreaker till I think June, right? But yeah, guys, I'm sure that the worst national security failure was actually when MAGA refused to bipartisanly legislate on the border for 4 years so they could run on it in 2024.
They are trying to affect public opinion here by giving people the impression that it's really not about illegal aliens with deportation orders or criminals. People are just being rounded up and people are like, someone kidnapped my daughter from ICE. You see these headlines. So they have moved public opinion a little bit against the administration on this. It's not as popular as it was before. So is there a messaging issue that needs to be improved on the part of the administration?
Well, obviously there is, but in all fairness, the vast majority of media don't want to tell the truth. The bottom line is, you and I have talked many times, according to the data, between 60 and 70% of everybody ICE arrests is a criminal.
Unfortunately for him, these numbers are publicly available, and this is a blatant lie. As of November 16th of this year, there are 65,000 people in ICE detention, of which 74% have absolutely no criminal record. Another almost 10% have only minor traffic offenses, so the idea that 70% of those that they arrest are criminals is an absolute fairy tale. I also love the framing by the host here, as if, oh, Democrat rhetoric is controlling and confusing the populace. No, like we're just seeing videos daily. ICE pushing women to the ground as they scream in their face, pulling them out of school pickup lines, shooting reporters with rubber bullets, pointing guns at citizens, zip tying the elderly, children, veterans, etc. And people don't like it. I mean, it turns out the majority of America is not nearly as racist as the MAGA cult is, which is where the disconnect is clearly happening.